back. We've got before us another Alco. This is a 1956 only, number 481 Silver Flash. And for those of you that have been around a little bit, you'll immediately think of some things that make this engine kind of unique. It is a single motor, which that's not so unique. What is unique, though, is it has a diesel roar and their infamous horn. Now, the owner told me that one thing that he was hoping I could work on is something that another local repair person did. And for reasons I don't recall, the local repair person replaced the horn. Now, for those of you that have seen me work on horns before, will probably recognize they don't generally stick below the chassis, nor do they cause the outside of the shell to bulge out. They tend to be more about this size. So, I mean, we're talking, something along these lines. So that's one project that I know I'll be getting involved with. Beyond that, I'm not sure. Certainly we'll go through maintenance, service this guy, and do anything that it needs to operate better. But based on the wheels, it looks to me like this one has been running, but maybe we can get it running a little bit better. Certainly we can always do service and cleaning. So I invite you to join me as we dig into this guy. Again, 1956 only, 481 Silver Flash. Well, the owner Ray, as I'm looking at this, I'm remembering one of the things that he mentioned in our phone conversation or email, one of the two, was how he was not getting any the sounds out of this speaker. And I think I know the reason why. The speaker wire, one of the wires is just, I can't even tell where it's supposed to be. It's just gone. I also see that the person that did the repair did away with some of the frame, which these frames aren't super rigid, but I don't think that's going to be an issue. I do appreciate that they left the bracket in place. That will make reinstalling a horn back in the rightful location a lot easier. Another thing that it just kind of struck me, and if I hadn't just done a 5-digit 1960-61 Santa Fe, I wouldn't have thought twice about this. But it's interesting, on that Santa Fe, the motor was at the back. Here on the Silver Flash, the motor's at the front. Front wheel drive versus rear wheel drive. Find that interesting. Not sure why they did that. Interesting. But let's go ahead and get some power to this guy and see what we get. Well, that's encouraging. That was forward, and that's reverse. No surprise, reverse is much faster. So reverse unit is working okay. I wonder if there might be some improvement that can be done there. Have to take a look at that. Also looking at the fingers on top of the reverse unit. Not sure if you can see those or not. Those are interesting. Never seen that color of board before. They are a nice wide finger. Ones on the bottom look to probably be much older. Oh boy, we got exposed wires here with broken insulation. Also didn't hear the diesel. Oh, this thing's loose. That's not good. Also didn't hear it try to work. So maybe I'll put some power back to this thing, and just out of curiosity, wonder if I can get the diesel rotor to at least vibrate a little bit. Also, always nice to know that it is functional. Even without a speaker, it should vibrate. Well, not getting, oh, got it. Okay, maybe that's the same wire, but yeah, that wire might be compromised. All right. Well, got some more investigation to do. And good news is the motor runs. Looks like it could use a good clean, but I'm glad to see that's operational. All right, bring it back when there's an update. Hey Ray, something I wanted to bring to your attention is I found that your gears, see how that's way off to one side, are not centered. So depending on which way the motor runs, you can get some binding. Now, I fixed this one, and you can see that now there's basically very little lateral play. So what I'm seeing is I don't know if this is just from time or if somebody actually pulled the wheels off of here or something. But these wheels are out of gauge. This one's out of gauge, so I fixed the gauge, but also I moved the gear to the center. I'm going to do the same thing on this one. I think that's probably the reason why the forward direction was not moving quite as freely or as quickly as reverse, just because these gears were both getting flung far enough over that was causing some binding. So anyhow, thought I'd let you know that. Back to work. I think I failed to mention that I got your diesel roaring. I've rewired some things, replaced some wires, cleaned up some wires, added a new capacitor. I've got your wheels back in gauge and I've got the gears centered. I wanted to note that, let's see, it was this, yeah, this side, and this is the truck that faces the front. You can see we've got a little bit of lateral play. This back one, nothing. But this one, we've got just a little bit. Now, I would not say that it's super bad yet, but it's starting to get there. And what that means is if you get much more wear than what's going on there now, it's going to need to rebush or need to be bushed to get rid of that play, just because you're going to get too much sideways torque and different weird torques. It's going to cause your motor to overheat. What you're going to want to make sure to do is keep this guy lubricated every time you run it. After 20 to 30 minutes of running it, lubricate. And you just want to put a single drop behind each wheel so it gets down on the axle. You can use something like this. You can use a lightweight oil with PFT in it. Just some sort of lightweight oil that's going to run, because you want to get it down on the axle. And just keep this thing lubricated. Even though the oil fill holes don't do much, you can, if you got it upside down, you can put a drop or two down in there, and hopefully they'll run down here into the bushes. Anyhow, I did do a little bit of lathe work on your armature. I did reface this. It was a little bit, one of the plates was a little bit out of round. It had a bit of a flat spot in it. So again, very, very small amount of work to get this back in good shape again. Didn't need to do anything here. Overall, though, there was some wobbling from left to right, so I was able to get almost all of that out for you. There's still a tiny bit that I see at super high speeds, but it's a lot better than what it was. So that is the update for you at this moment, and I will get back to it. Well, Ray, your engine has been absolutely handing me my backside, if you know what I mean. And I spent about 2 hours on it last evening trying to get this motor, after cleaning it, taking apart, cleaning it, putting it back together. Could not get it to run. It was just getting hot. It would not keep running. I could get it to run for a little bit, but it would just run so hot, and then it would, I'd shut it off. So finally, about 5 minutes ago, I thought, you know what? Maybe I should double check the fields. I had checked them earlier, and everything was in factory spec, but I thought maybe something's happened. So I checked the field as it is here, and that was good. But then I stuck my probes down inside here, and here one of the armature fields was showing basically nothing. I was like, oh no, how did that happen? Now, whenever I do work with armatures and commutators, one of the things that you've maybe seen me talk about if you've watched my channels is these grooves here between the plates. you want to clean those out. They get debris from the brushes, wearing over time, and the brush material is conductive. So what can happen is you can get enough conductive material in these grooves that it'll kind of short out one of your fields here on your armature. And I had cleaned those cracks out before I put everything back together. But in the running that I did while I was trying to get it to run well, get the yoke, centered and all that again, some debris had gotten in there and basically was shorting out one of those fields. So took it all apart and cleaned those grooves again, and now we have a motor that is behaving itself. It seems to run same speed both directions now, which is really great because it was not doing that, if you recall. Obviously you can hear the diesel roar. That's what that guy looks like. Ray, I made another adjustment to your diesel roar. So I think that's a little better now. All right, Ray, so I went back and made a little more adjustment to that diesel roar to get you a better sound, which to me it sounds perfect now. This is idle, so this is with approximately 4 volts, which is to keep the reverser from changing direction. And as soon as I give it a little bit of power, there you go, Ray. I hope you're happy with that. To me, that is actually one of the probably the single most favorite diesel sounds I've heard in any diesel, including the ones I own and ones I've worked on. I really, really like how that kind of spools up. It's very generally they make a lot of noise, but it's kind of just, I don't know, it's just hard and it's not very distinctive. This one is the first one I've ever heard that it does sound like there's a motor in there that's being, notched up or revved up to get the train moving. It's actually really cool. So good for you. Well done. You've got a great engine. Like we talked about earlier, just make sure you keep it lubricated, and you've got forever with this engine. All right. Thank you so much, and let me know if you have any questions. Take care.